I got a special guest today, ladies and gentlemen, the head A&R from Reach Records, Ace Harris. Don't you go anywhere. Yo, what's going on? It's Ruslan with KingsDreamENT.com. This channel exists to encourage, empower, inspire you to live out your dreams. And I got to send a big shout out to all the Patreons supporting, holding this channel down. If you don't know what that is, go to patreon.com/KingsDream. It's a way you can get these interviews in full, early, and all kinds of other cool perks. But ladies and gentlemen, without no further ado, one of the most creative people, one of the most innovative minds in our CHH space and beyond. I met this dude. It's funny, there's on the intro of this, there's a picture of me, Lecrae, and John Keith. I met this dude around this time last year, and he is a producer. He is a creative. He is an A&R, and he's so much more than that. Ace Harris, how you feeling, bro?
What up, Ruslan?
I got my official Reach staff interview. I'm excited.
I'm excited to be here, man. And everything you doing for the culture, bro, is dope. You killing. You're a businessman. You're a hustler. We see what you do, so excited to be here, bro.
Appreciate it, man. So I've seen a shift, I feel like, in the Reach Records, not just the execution of the quality of music, which I think has been very, very, very dope as of the last 2 years, but a shift in your guys' culture as a whole.
Right.
Meaning that I've seen you guys become, one, pressing back more into the unashamed space.
Right.
Pressing back into the Christian space in a way, but I think you guys have always been Christian, but like being more unapologetic of that, if you will. And then also just behind the scenes, like y'all are so much more warm and friendly and less like snobbish, you know what I'm saying? And y'all still creative snobs, which I think you gotta be, you know what I'm saying, in a way.
Right.
But I feel like it's so much warmer and it's so much more pleasant and it's so much like, I hate using this word, but like there's like more unity. And I have to accredit so much of that to, I feel like, your energy and what you've been able to do that. Do you think that you brought a refreshing voice and perspective to Reach?
I think it's twofold. I feel like, me personally, I've always kind of had a good rapport with Lecrae and Ben. So to say that I am responsible for people's shift, I think that's taking too much credit. But I do feel like my natural personality is kind of just to kind of be straight up. I remember I was in a meeting with a label executive at a label which I should not name. We're
gonna keep them anonymous.
Yeah, okay. And they
protect the innocent.
Person they kind of tried me, and I don't care. I'm very confident who I am. I don't care. Like this is who I am. If you don't like it, it's fine. And they said, "quote Why you keep smiling? It makes it seem like you're trying to hide something." And I said,
"What?"
And I was like, "I'm just doing me. I like to smile." So,
yeah.
I mean, life is good. So my smile isn't. It's don't mistake my weakness for weakness. You know what I'm saying? I like to smile because I feel like having a good time, and there's a lot to smile about. So sometimes I kind of get it from my dad. My dad's a bishop, 30 years. A very like jolly person. My family's just fun loving, so I'm gonna naturally be like. So that energy, I think, is just externally. With being the face in terms of the A&R department, so I think that has implications, and people kind of glean from that. But I don't think I'm responsible for like all of what you said, because I feel like Ben and Cray are probably the most gracious boss leaders type people in our space that do a lot behind the scenes that they don't get enough credit for because they don't put it out there to even get credit for. So
I'd agree with you. I think they do a lot for a lot of artists, you know what I'm saying? And both have personally, both Ben and Lecrae, but both personally very generous and gracious with me in terms of just giving me a lot of jewels and a lot of game. I guess I was more saying like, it seems like there's been a culture change with the organization. And do you think that's intentional, or do you think it's just a byproduct of of the staff changing? I
think my presence at Reach has definitely revived the artist community in some respects. But I just honestly, I'm just being natural to who I am. So it wasn't like so naturally. For example, me and Derek Minor, we go way back. So I worked on his Dying to Live album when I was producing. So naturally, when I become a Reach A&R, and I have produced for his stuff. So naturally, when I'm becoming an A&R at Reach, I'm not gonna like.
You're gonna look out.
I'm gonna consider the community that I've already been a part of. So if we're doing a Tadashi album and we need tracks, we need a feature, I'm reaching out to Derek.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? If we're doing a compilation, a Christmas album, I'm reaching out to Derek. If Tadashi's like, man, hey, by the way, I would love to work with Cannon. Cannon's dope. I feel like we've always done ideas and records. I just never landed one. So I'm like, yo, Cannon's my guy. I remember producing a track. Well, not producing a track, but I remember being in a session with Cannon and we just chopped it up. And so I'm like, yo, make that connection. Tadashi, great idea. You have a good point. Let's pick Cannon on this song, which we didn't release at the time, but we got a really cool sync off of, which is like literally investing back into the culture. So Cannon's featured on the Tadashi song. Like it's a really cool like sports sync, and that sync is like it literally puts money in Cannon's pocket. And then that song gets released on summer 2018 playlist, and the song comes out. But he already got a nice contribution from it. I'm sorry, a nice payment from it anyway. So the idea is just looking out in a way that makes sense. Person who I really admire is Jay-Z, aside from the theologians, but he always is pulling things behind the scenes, connecting dots, and trying to usher people into spaces of collaboration and sincere camaraderie. So it's like, we can't force the work to be, yo, just throw your verse on here and try to force features, but we can encourage camaraderie. And I feel like if Reach Records, being the kind of the major label in the Christian hip hop space, is doing that, all it does is invest back into the culture anyway, which helps everybody. It helps us. It helps. It just.
Yeah, and I think reaching out to emerging artists, you know what I'm saying? Like, you guys put my artist, Paul Russell, on a record with Lecrae, you know what I'm saying? And Paul had literally been taking music seriously maybe 4 or 5 months at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like me and his girlfriend would have these like a long conversation, like, bro, you could be really great, like just give this a shot. You know what I'm saying? And then like literally within that like Christmas album comes out, he has a song with Lecrae. I remember being at the YMCA at my gym that was just playing the radio, and like that song came on, and I like freaked out.
Did you videotape it?
I didn't. I just started asking random people and just telling them like, you hear this? That's my artist, Paul Russell.
You was geeking.
I was geeking out, bro.
Yo, he killed that. So that was fun because, so literally we were trying to rush that Christmas album out. We had a little bit of time, a lot of dope ideas. We had no time to finish it, and that was a function of literally, yo, Ruslan, who do you think would kill this? And you were like, yo, I think Paul would kill this. And I was like, all right. I mean, I gave some other artists a shot that didn't make the cut. And Lecrae's thing's always been like, honestly, if it's dope,
it's dope.
It's dope. I mean, Paul earned himself a place on that record based on how he killed it. There was it was undeniable. It was like, yo, he killed it. Like,
That's dope, man. Anyway, so I don't mean to give you too much credit, but I think like the energy has been dope, and it's like the vibe is just dope. You know what I'm saying? The vibe is just dope. Coming up here,
I feel like me and engineer Biz, we're kind of like obviously Lecrae, but in terms of like the studio culture, I feel like we're kind of like the faces of the studio culture. So, and Biz is really good at this. It's just about networking and connecting with guys, right? So always reaching out, always just being in relation with guys who, even if they're signed or not signed or other labels, because I feel like it's good for the culture to do that.
Cause we in the mix, isn't it? Wait, I can't keep you in check, so tell your mama about the tattoos up to your neck. Go wear a collar if it goes with the burgundy kids, and tell your father that your night out wasn't the best from what I see via text.